Okay, so let me give you my spoiler review of Black Christmas 2019. I have to spoil it because it just drives me mad. Not that you don't already know where this movie is going, because it is so obvious at this point, considering this is the third entry into a Black Christmas reboot. Anywho, in 1974, a little film came out, horror film called Black Christmas. And that was about a group of sorority sisters who were snowed in, had to stay at their sorority house, and they start to get obscene phone calls and get attacked by a menacing killer. Turns out those phone calls were coming from inside the house. I will say, though, to their defense, that was probably the first horror movie that I saw that had that theme of the calls being inside the house, that twist. So I do applaud the 1974 Black Christmas version. Now, cut to 2006. They release a remake of Black Christmas, and that one was fine. It was pretty silly and absurd, but at least it was entertaining for being bad. You know what I mean? Like when a movie is bad, but it's like entertaining and you can just enjoy it because you know it's not great. Yes, that's what the 2006 version was. Now, for whatever reason, it's been 13 years, and yet here is another remake of Black Christmas. Actually, a matter of fact, this isn't really even a remake. It's inspired by that idea of sorority sisters during Christmas, and then they took the title. This is a completely different plot, and the stupidest thing I have ever witnessed. Now, I want to be very clear, and I'm telling you seriously, this is exactly what happens. So let me try to tell you without laughing so hard, okay? This movie, Black Christmas 2019, it starts with a bunch of sisters, very much like the other two versions of the movie, trying to get home for Christmas, and stuff just goes wrong, right? Well, this movie decides to follow the lead girl, played by Imogen Poots, and she has been recently raped by a fraternity brother. Now, nobody believes her but the sisters in the sorority, and the sorority is just, always trying to make a statement, trying to hold this feminist empowerment, point of view, which is fine, but it just felt like an odd theme to throw in with where the movie ended up going, and then I felt like they were overdoing it. That's nothing against feminists and empowering women. I'm all for that. This movie just told that oddly with, again, the direction where the movie went. So follow me with that. Anyway, so where was I? Yes, the lead girl, played by Imogen Poots. She had just been raped by a fraternity brother, and so the fraternity brother did not like that very much, and he claims that she's lying, but he still wants revenge. So what does he do? He gets all his fraternity brothers, they band together, and through some old, ancient belief, they do this hazing ritual. I don't know why they do this, but they do this ritual, especially when they are trying to get, what's it called? Frats to pledge and everything. And basically there's this black tar that is said to come with supernatural power, and they wipe it on their forehead, and somehow with the grace of that touch and the magic of it all, immediately they become stronger and have this odd strength. I don't know why that's the plot of the movie, but with all that being said, then they go to seek revenge on these sorority sisters, and it becomes this big complicated mess. Like, why did you have to get all supernatural and add in some demon version to the story? It made no sense to do that. I was literally like, I started laughing out loud in the theater, just like hysterically, because I was already like this half the way through the movie. Because again, I wanted to see this movie just for silly entertainment. That's all I wanted. I love horror movies. It's Christmas time, whatever. But I just wanted a feel good, silly, good time, like the 2006 version. I did not get that. I got just really, really bad movie. Now, let me just end here by saying this movie held itself back. It did not give you any gore. It didn't even try to scare you. It went in odd directions with the deaths. It didn't make any sense. The characters were uninteresting. Nothing about this movie, nothing about it. Okay, I told myself I wasn't going to laugh. But nothing about this movie came full circle. It was just stupid. And no offense to the team that made this movie. I'm not saying that you didn't work hard, but a part of me thinks, did you work that hard? Because look at the product. The end result was this. It is the worst movie I have seen all year, and I saw The Curse of La Llorona. If that doesn't tell you something, then I don't know what does. And I also saw Countdown. And I would watch those again over ever seeing this again. Yeah, that is Black Christmas 2019. Oh, and one more thing. The credits roll for maybe like a couple seconds, and then there's one little post-credit sequence after the girls have saved the day and have lived. The post-credit sequence is the cat that is in the sorority house with them. They have a pet. It's the cat. The cat ends up licking the black tar off the floor of one of the dead frat boys, and all of a sudden becomes charged with that super black magic. And it goes off as if that's going to lead into another one, like a follow-up sequel or something. I'm sure after this explanation, you're like, man, I really want to see this movie now. I mean, hey, that's going to be an hour and a half of your time you won't get back and money that you'll never get back. Unless you have the AMC A-List subscription, then great. But, my head hurts, and I can't believe a movie like this got distribution and was distributed. I can't talk. I cannot believe a movie like this got distribution and was distributed. It's painful. All right, that's my review for Black Christmas. Put your comment down below so we can talk about it. Do you agree with me that this is complete garbage and should have been scrapped and discarded from the get-go? Why did we need another one? We didn't. Exactly. Don't see it. Waste the time. Bye.